It's a nice, peaceful river we got here flowing. We got some Zen rocks, meditation,
Hell
Zen
yeah.
chi going out there in the world, flowing out from my crevices.
The folds.
Yeah, deep in the folds of the pubic rim.
Fuck.
Sending them out there, all that funk, all that juiciness, all that goodness.
It looked like the fucking rocks had hats on them, like little fucking fedoras almost, or I don't know.
Yeah, they're like little berets. I'm getting this. I guess yeah. If you just want to watch or listen to that shit, I'll just throw it up here.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you feel like, man. I mean, we could try to uncover more, save more children or something. Or...
I just still haven't got any response. That's it.
That's so crazy.
They're
dead. They're all dead.
I tried my best, but it wasn't good enough as usual.
Yeah.
My good is never good enough. It seems like. Yeah, I'll throw this shit up right now. Let me just set it up properly. But
sure.
Goddamn, Keemstar with the hits. Keemstar and goddamn Boogie. Frank Castle throwing it out there. This guy is on another level. But yeah, just being there in the chat, everything getting erased. People posting like anything that I've ever said on this account or on this server is completely parody and satire. So I didn't even know I was in this server. How did I get here? Probably some third party added me. You know, just these copy pastas like, don't get on me, FBI. You know? Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. It's just now that he's gone there, there's probably gonna be some legal issue with Boogie and Frank Castle since he fired the gun and yada yada. So they're gonna be looking over Frank's Discord, seeing all the pedophiles and all the people promoting violence. And,
yeah, exactly. Fuck, dog.
Yep. So somewhere out there, FBI agent will watch some of my YouTube videos.
I know. To be part of the ongoing investigation.
Yep, somewhere in there, in somebody's FBI server, there'll be a cache file of my YouTube video. All right, so I'm gonna start playing this shit, I guess.
What is up, Trauma Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. The YouTuber Boogie2988 shot a gun today at another YouTuber. Now, I want to explain how we got there, right? There is this YouTuber called Frank Castle. Frank Castle makes the type of content where he just goes up to random people on the street with a GoPro on his head and he starts harassing.
Another YouTuber.
Recently, Frank's channel has been banned off of YouTube and he is blaming Boogie298 for it. He's been saying for months that he is going to catch Boogie in public and harass him in public. Now, a couple days ago, Frank posted this on Twitter saying that he was in Boogie's town. Somebody showed up to Boogie's address, but it wasn't Frank. Someone rung Boogie's doorbell, but it wasn't Frank. I had both of them on for an interview. Quite frankly, Boogie looks bad. He's threatening Frank's life if he shows up. And I didn't want to put that interview out because, you know, I was afraid that people would cause this interview would cause people to harass and bully Boogie more. And he's obviously having some mental issues with all the harassment that is going on. However, things have changed because today, Frank actually showed up to Boogie's house and Boogie fired a weapon at him. So first, we're going to show you the footage of what happened when Frank showed up to Boogie's house and he fired that weapon. Here's a little bit of it. Roll it.
Come on, you fucking pussy. What's the deal? Where's the gun at, you fat shit?
Dude.
What?
Open fire!
Legit, boss.
Open fire!
Shocking stuff. Now, the police have been called, but look, I'm going to show you the rest of this footage of what happened today with Boogie shooting the gun at Frank. But first, we're going to get into the interview that happened last night, because I think, you know, There's important context here that people need to understand about this story, and I've got express permission from Boogie and Frank to get the interview out. So we'll show the interview, and then we'll show you what happened today. Here's that interview. Roll it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Boogie2988 and Frank Hassel on the line. Hassel, did you go to his house? Did you go to Boogie's house?
I'm starting to wish that I had at this point, given the little panic attack he appears to be having on Twitter. But unfortunately, no, it was not me.
But Frank, you did go down to Dixon Street last night, take a photo, tag me in that photo, and then say, "I'm in your town, pussy." Right? That was you. Oh, that's on your Twitter feed right now.
Yes, that was me. I am in Dixonville right now, and I am in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
All right, well, cool, man. Let me make it very clear. You should be very glad you didn't step on my property, okay? And I highly recommend you don't. It'll be the last decision you fucking make, okay? I've played around with you. I don't know what your obsession is with me. I don't know why you think I got your YouTube channel deleted. I don't know if it's because you're mad I got your subreddit deleted. I don't know who you are. I don't know what your fucking problem is, but I have no problem fucking ending you if you fucking come here. Okay? I told you very clearly, I don't give a shit what happens to me, and that's fine. But if there's a risk for me, my dog, or my roommate, I'm gonna take self-defense caution. I'm gonna do what needs to be fucking.
Over dramatic, and should consider taking your anxiety medication or something.
Well, I did take my anxiety medication tonight, man. And this is. Do you understand that this is what you do to people? Do you understand that this is what you're doing to me? You pick somebody with post-traumatic stress disorder to target with this type of wrestling. What the fuck are you doing in Fayetteville, Arkansas? Why did you travel several states to pull this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Let's try to dissect this
It's
a little
not
bit.
fucking funny to me. I'm not participating willingly in this. I've told you to fucking leave me alone, and I will fucking end you if you step foot on my fucking property, Frank. This is not funny to me.
Let's find out if Frank
I get that
has
you're a
it.
fucking sociopath. I get that you're a fucking psychopath. I get that this is funny to you. It is not funny to me, Frank. I am mentally fucking ill. I am fucking out of my mind with anxiety. You fucking know that.
Boogie, let's find out if Frank even has intentions of going to your house. I know he went to your city, and he's in your city now. But
why are you in my city, Frank? Let me ask you that.
I could be doing this interview from outside your house right now.
You might be. Why, Frank? Why?
Because
what
it's
the
funny.
fuck?
And the
it's
idea
not fucking funny, Frank. It's not fucking funny. When you're laying dead on my fucking front lawn, that won't be fucking funny.
Okay, but Boogie, let Frank talk a little bit, all right? Let him get his...
Dude, I'm just in Fayetteville to visit some friends, and you are really freaking out for no reason, man. It's crazy.
You tagged me on Twitter with a photo calling me a pussy that you're in my fucking town. Go fuck yourself, Frank.
Frank, where did you get this snake from? Where did you get the snake from?
There was a tweaker letting people take photos with the snake for $5. So I
he's a local. He's a local celebrity, man. Everybody knows that.
But Frank, let's be honest. All right, you were. I saw you on another podcast. You were telling Boogie. Both of you were on there, the Kill Stream, and you were telling Boogie, "I'm coming to your town. I'm gonna harass you in public." And then you're posting on Twitter that you're in his town. Did Boogie has a right to freak out if some random person comes up to his door and hits the bell? Like, you can see how he would have thought that would have been you, right?
Of course.
But throw that shit, Frank, throw that shit aside. Do you understand? Tagging me on Twitter, telling me that you're coming to my fucking town, telling me you're in my town, calling me a pussy, saying every couple of days, there's a reckoning coming, action will be taken. Do you fucking understand that's harassment? What is the fucking action you're planning? What's the action you're planning, Frank?
This reaction right here,
I'm sending you home in a fucking body bag. That's the thing I'm planning. So what's your fucking plan? What's your fucking plan?
With an AK trying to air me out.
Number one, we don't own an AK. We have an AR. Number two, I don't need a fucking scooter. And number three, you know where I live. Knock, motherfucker. Knock, motherfucker.
I will.
You want to see it? You'll see it tonight. Come on by. Come on by.
Well,
and I'll
You
bury you.
sound like you
Come
are
on
more
by
of a
and I'll
dangerous
bury you. I'm
individual than I
sick of
am.
this shit, Frank.
Oh.
I spent the last 24 hours awake. I spent the last 24 hours in fucking turmoil. I've spent the last 24 hours because of you, and I'm going to
Guy's
fucking end
acting
this
like he
one
was
way or the other. I
victimized.
suggest you leave
For
town.
real.
That's what I fucking.
Frank,
I
You
suggest you
sound
leave
like
town.
you are a danger to yourself
Jesus.
more than
Me
I
and the
am.
No, I'm a
posse are gonna
fucking
round
danger
you
to
up,
you right
curb
now.
stomp
That's
you.
what I'm a fucking
Okay,
danger to.
okay, let's
I won't touch myself. I won't touch
You need to
myself.
calm down,
I'll fucking
man.
touch
You're
you though.
losing it.
All right, Boogie. Let Frank talk for a minute. Frank, I got to ask you a question. What is this all about? What is your beef with Boogie, and why have you been pestering him over the last couple
Well,
months?
I had a fan who went into Boogie's stream and they made an offhand comment about me and he started going crazy. He was spamming me in my Twitter DMs, spamming my Twitter mentions and my notifications. You know, I barely knew who this guy was, and he was like messaging
You're
me, telling
fucking
me
lying right now because you posted on Reddit that you were going to come to my house before any of this started.
I've never posted about you on Reddit. And if
Well,
you
that
can
was
find
what
any
that's what your
proof of
fans were
that-
telling me. That's what your fans were telling me.
Okay, well, my fans are liars, just like you're a liar. Just like you
What
said
the
I came
fuck
to your
have I lied
doorbell.
about, Frank? Name of one goddamn thing I lied about.
I told
Did
the truth
nobody ring
about
my
my family
doorbell? I have
raping me.
fucking
I'm not
footage,
a
Frank.
liar.
The guy-
Nobody
Yeah.
rang my
Too
nobody
honest.
rang my doorbell. I have fucking
Mhm.
footage, Frank. Nobody rang my doorbell. I have fucking footage, Frank.
You're seeing Boogeyman in every
Someone
corner of
rang
the
my
world, and you
doorbell.
think
I
they're
have
all me.
fucking footage, Frank.
I rule your mind right now. I live in your head rent free.
Yes, it's called fucking
Mhm.
harassment. I have a fucking anxiety disorder. You're harassing someone who's mentally ill, you sick, disgusting, depraved piece of
When
shit.
that's
and I'm
your
going to
like defense,
fucking
like I'm
end you
mentally
if you
ill. Why are you
fucking
doing
keep
this?
doing it.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Are you
great.
going to cry? Yes or
No, I will never cry. Not when I
Fuck, dude,
fucking
this guy's
bury
resorting
you.
to
I won't
Xbox
cry.
tactics.
There's
Are you
no
gonna
reason to
cry?
fucking cry over
Man, I used
like
to love
you,
when people
buddy.
do that on Xbox.
Just-
Are you
I
gonna
will
cry?
never shed a fucking
gonna
tear
cry?
over anything I do to you, buddy.
I'm
I
not crying.
promise you. I fucking
Just to
promise.
be clear, Boogie, all of this was triggered by a Twitter post.
Of you threatening me, yes. All of this was triggered by a Twitter post. Of you traveling to my hometown to fucking post 3 miles from my house that you were coming to
I mean, it's
get
not even
me.
like
Yeah,
he's in a
Frank.
small
I
town.
Yeah,
you know?
surprise,
Like,
surprise.
Right.
now.
That's fucking triggering. What?
You know your address is public information.
I
Anybody could
understand. That's
come to
why
your
you're in
house.
this fucking town. I dare you to fucking come here.
Mm.
I
I'm
dare
visiting
you.
a friend, Boogie. What's wrong with visiting friends?
Visit me, friend.
So he's telling him to visit him.
Boogie,
Yeah.
if you
Yes.
invite him over to your
Sounds
house,
unhinged.
if
Yeah,
you,
that's
if,
what
Being
Keemstar says.
sarcastic, if you come here, I'll end you.
well,
I will
mean,
use castle doctrine to fucking end you. You
Castle
understand that?
doctrine.
You come here, I'll end
Mm.
you.
This
Yeah.
guy's going
No,
to
there you go, buddy.
alt-right defenses now.
You
Castle
want me to
doctrine
stop
shit.
this? You want me to stop playing nice guy? For a fucking
No more
3 months
nice
of you
guy,
harassing me,
Boogie.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No
3
more
months
fat
of me of your
lard,
harassing me,
Pillsbury
I'm
Doughboy.
done.
Poke me in the stomach and I laugh.
okay,
Boogie.
Frank, let's let Frank talk again, because Boogie, you keep jumping over him, and,
He likes talking over.
Called me a liar. I wanted to defend myself.
You are a
no,
liar.
I know,
Name
I
one
defend
fucking
myself.
thing I lied about, Frank.
I thought it would be fun to visit my friend in Fayetteville and post an image on Twitter, and apparently Boogie is having a full-on mental breakdown.
Yeah, post an image on
Boogie-
Twitter. I wouldn't give a fuck about you being on Dixon Street if you weren't tagging me in it, you dipshit.
You live in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I was just saying, what's up?
No, you were calling me a pussy, you fucking
You are a
lying
pussy.
dipshit. Then come here and come talk to this pussy. Come talk to this pussy.
Come talk to this
I'll show
pussy.
you fucking
This is
Go
pussy.
very
whisper to my
weird.
whispering eye.
This shouldn't be fucking.
we're just
Frank,
going in
you've
circles.
harassed me.
We're just
Yeah,
going in
Frank-
circles. I'm
All right,
just
well,
trying
then
to.
I'll hang up
Just
and you can
wow.
talk to Frank all you fucking want when I'm done, okay? But Frank, I'm gonna make it very clear.
Even
My
being
name
a
doesn't
dick to
come out of your
Keemstar,
mouth
you can
anymore,
talk to
okay?
him when I'm
You don't
done.
fucking tag me on Twitter anymore. You don't fucking do this anymore, okay?
Don't tag
Leave
me.
me the fuck alone. I don't know who the fuck
For
you are.
real.
I don't know what the fuck your problem
It's like
is.
some guy
But
trying
I
to get
do
some other
know
guy
I
to
will
stop
take
messaging
out the
his
fucking trash
girlfriend.
if I have to.
You're
buddy.
no
All right?
longer allowed
Because
on
I
her
will
page.
just let
No longer allowed to talk
whatever
to.
you want when I'm gone. You can say whatever the fuck you want when I'm gone, Frank. Now listen, I will take out the fucking trash if I have to, okay? Step foot on my
If I
property.
have to.
you
I
die.
don't.
We're locked
I
and
don't do
fucking
any
loaded.
kind of
Hey,
physical
Frank,
exercise,
step-
but I will.
Frank, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Frank, I need you to listen, baby. Okay? And I'm gonna hang up and you can say whatever the fuck you want
You are
to.
crying and
I'm
seething
not
because of
crying,
the Twitter
Frank. I'm
post.
threatening your life, Frank.
I'm not crying. I'm threatening your life.
That you step
Dude, this
foot on my
guy
balls.
just
Wow,
read his
dude.
own
Because you have
fucking-
threatened me, Frank, because you said
Grave,
you would
yeah.
ball gag me, because you said you would rape me, because you said you would come to my house,
And
because you said that there was a reckoning, because you said that there was going to be damage
I
done
love
to
that
me,
he keeps
because you
mentioning that
fucking
seriously.
threatened
You
me.
said there was
Half
gonna
the
be a
doctor
reckoning.
says I can fucking
Yeah.
kill you the moment you touch one of my blades of
Amazing.
grass, and that's
Fucking
my
cry about
fucking
it.
I'm gonna
intention.
cut you like
You know
one of
where
my
I live,
blades
Frank.
of grass.
I'm waiting. We're locked and
Jesus.
loaded. Show the fuck up.
Wow.
You are unhinged, dude.
Yes, I
There's
am.
something wrong with
Surprise,
you.
surprise. The guy with mental health issues, after being harassed for 3 months by your fucking pussy ass, got a little unhinged. Who's fucking surprised by that?
Okay, Boogie, we're going in circles here.
Who's surprised
You just
by that?
everything you said.
Nobody really.
You said at least.
The only thing I'm surprised that
Let's
you're still alive. To
Try
be
to
honest with you, I
switch
thought this guy
the
would have killed
conversation
himself
here a
years
little
ago.
bit. Frank,
Yeah.
I thought this guy
what
was
is
gonna
your
kill
beef?
himself
What
in
is
some
your
tragic
actual
Wii
beef with
mode
Boogie?
accident,
I asked
you
this
know?
earlier, but it got cut off. What is your beef? How
Well,
did
I mean,
this
I
start?
don't know if there's necessarily legitimate beef. You know, I've read a lot about Boogie online, and I have a personal friend who he's like victimized with his lies and his weird, almost pedophilic behavior that he engages in. It's very strange and very disturbing. He's a 45-year-old man hitting up girls in their late teens and early 20s to come to
I've
his
literally
house. And
never done that, Frank. That's a
Damn.
lie. Why are you lying?
I'm
I've
telling the
literally
truth.
never done that, Frank.
You have.
Well,
Who?
I mean, if he's
Who,
if he
Frank?
if he's hitting up a girl that's of
Who, Frank?
age,
Name
you
a
know.
girl
Oh, no,
under the
it's-
age of 25.
it's
I
just-
haven't fucking name a girl under the age of 25. I've hit up. Frank, go right ahead, because you fucking can't, because they don't fucking exist.
I'm not.
You're
I'm
fucking
not
lying.
naming any names. That's weird.
Uh,
You're fucking lying.
but
you
let
dipshit.
can we let Frank talk? Just
It's not even necessarily
Mhm.
about that, really. I just think it's funny. I'm down for anything that's funny, and this is hilarious. This guy is
I am an
completely
unwitting
insane.
participant in your joke.
No.
I do not wish to go any further. I will press charges and I will sue
Yeah.
you. So please stop. I
Frank,
do not find
kill
it.
me like 10
Frank, is it
times.
true
You
that
have
you
30
believe
seconds.
Frank? Is it true that you believe that Boogie took down your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Absolutely not the fucking case, Frank.
I mean, you say you took
Let
down the
me ask
Reddit,
you,
so why is it
Frank,
crazy
Lie.
that
You
you took
lie
down
about everything.
Frank, is your video
Mhm.
edit re-uploaded to YouTube on a different channel? Isn't it?
That happens all the time, though. That happens
Yes,
with
exactly.
our,
Now, wouldn't I
like,
take that
H3H
channel
video.
down?
I
Hey,
mean,
Frank, if I had the power and I wanted that video buried, wouldn't I take that channel down too?
It's got like 10,000 views now, though. Nobody cares.
It doesn't matter. The point that I'm making is if I didn't want it seen, I would have that taken down too. I
That's
didn't act
right.
on
If
your
it
channel.
was
I'm not
me,
going to
I
act
would
on the
do
new
it
channel.
even
I've never
better.
acted on a channel. Never acted on a subreddit. You're fucking delusional.
I don't believe you. You're a liar.
You don't
just
have
said
to
a little
fucking
while
believe
ago
me,
that
but
he
you're
did
it
still
on the
fucking
Twitter.
delusional.
Yeah.
You're still fucking delusional.
You threatened
If
to
I
kill
was
me
going to
like
have a
10
video
times.
taken down, Frank, wouldn't I have the video from 4 years ago where a woman falsely accused me of abusing her taken down?
Ugh,
If I was going
you
to
are
have videos
disgusting.
taken down, Frank, wouldn't I fucking started with that, you dipshit?
I'm glad that
Use
he
your
mentions
fucking
his
brain if
own
you
like
have one.
past discretions.
Wouldn't
I just take down the video exposing me as a rapist? Wouldn't I do that? People watching this like I didn't know
You
about
good,
that. Let me
motherfucker.
look
Boogie,
this up.
what about that?
Yeah.
Show up. I want to drive that
You're
home.
playing right into
What
my
about
feelings,
that,
man.
though,
I don't
Boogie?
think it's
Cool.
gonna happen.
Boogie,
Cool.
let me ask you a question. Well, hold up,
Deal.
hold up,
Almost
hold
as if
up,
I
hold
didn't
up,
have
hold
to
up,
smack.
hold up. All right, what Frank is saying here is that he is trolling you. He wants this reaction.
Yeah.
That he's not a serious threat to you. If that's
And
true,
here's what I'm saying. I am a serious threat to you.
I
Keep
don't care.
fucking pushing me, and it will be the last fucking laugh you have. So I'm fucking done, Frank.
That'll be the
and it's
last
time to
giggle for
fucking
you, sir.
stop.
I don't believe you.
All right, then show
The
up.
final hurrah.
Show up.
okay, I'm gonna
We're
leave.
locked and loaded,
help.
Frank. Show up.
You should
Okay,
seek help.
I'm gonna
It's
give.
not
Locked
I'm
and
gonna
loaded.
give
This
Frank
guy
the
sounds like
last
a
word because
fucking
he hasn't got to
alt-right
talk at all.
douchebag.
Frank,
We're
I'm
locked and
gonna end it
loaded.
right now with you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say
What
your
do you say? We
piece.
got an AK, not an AR.
I don't care.
An AR, not
He is
an
a
AK.
fat liar with
Mhm.
a tendency to dramatize everything and freak out and start crying and making outlandish statements. And I think it's funny as fuck, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to leave it right there. Boogie versus Frank Hassel, and we'll keep you updated on where this
Thank
story
you,
goes.
James. I really appreciate you, man. Frank, just leave me the fuck alone, buddy.
Cry about it. You're like trauma now? To try to
No,
make
I'm
it
just
hard
going to
for you?
explain to you that, hey, this is hard for me. I'd like to
I
put
don't
it
care.
behind us and making you that offer.
I don't care at all.
Why? What is wrong with you
Because
that
I
you don't
don't.
care? That
I
you're
don't give a fuck
that
about
you're
you.
torturing me and my roommate.
Torturing me.
Why do you think it's
Dude.
funny?
That's
You're
what
like
happens
a
when you
grown man.
you become a celebrity
You're like
or
50
like
years
an
old.
internet celebrity, and then you don't want.
Yes,
like,
he's my best
any
friend of
the
25
negative
years. We're
aspects of it.
family. Why is that funny?
Absolutely.
Somebody told me that he hates you and that he won't talk to you. Is that true?
Well, no, we're fucking close
When you
friends. We've
message
been
me,
hanging out all
I
night.
want
It's
you
his
to,
gun.
you know,
I'm going to
message
kill
me
you.
night and day all
It's
the
his
time,
gun.
but
I'm
only if
going
it's
to
good.
kill you with. His gun. I'm going to kill you with. We've been hanging out since you fucking made your post on
I don't
Dixon.
think you should. I don't think you should threaten to kill people with other people's guns. That seems very dangerous.
Oh, the cops seemed to think it was okay when I talked to him tonight.
Okay.
The cops seemed to think it would be okay, whatever gun I fucking use.
Stop trying to get me to sympathize for you. because
I'm trying. I'm not trying.
Wow.
Frank, I'm trying to tell you, however we end this tonight, it needs to end tonight, buddy. Okay?
It
I
needs
know,
to end
fuck you.
tonight.
Okay, cool. Then fuck you. I know you already have it in your fucking phone, you little pussy. Show the fuck up. Show the fuck up and let me put up. Show the fuck up.
You are a grown
Come
man
here, come
having
here,
tantrums.
pussy. Come here, pussy. Come here, pussy. Come here, pussy, 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 pussy. Little fucking
God,
pussy.
dude.
Oh, I drove all the way to your town, but I don't have the balls to actually show up. Come on, pussy. Come on,
Oh,
pussy.
no, you're
Come on, pussy, pussy. I'm on your
I wanna
town,
do what you-
but I
I'm
won't
the
drive the
opposite of what you
extra
said.
3 miles. I won't drive the extra 3 miles because I'm such a fucking pussy. Show the fuck up. I will fucking end you. Come on. Try me.
You are a fucking weirdo. You
Try
have mental
me.
problems.
Yes, I do. I'm very open about that.
Fuck.
I'm
Very open. I'm a
about
crazy
that,
piece
Frank.
of
I'm
shit.
very open about that.
If people online making posts upsets you this much, you should consider not being online.
Obviously, maybe you should not be online
Yeah.
threatening people, you sick fuck.
I'm
Yeah.
fucking winning, bro.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Come here and lose. Come here and lose.
You're
You bring
winning.
your
Come
friends.
here and
I don't
lose.
care if I die. As long as you do. Come on.
I don't care if I die. You do.
I don't. I'm a nihilist. I don't give a
I'm a
fuck.
nihilist.
I don't give a fuck. I meant what I said. Don't hurt my dog. Don't hurt my roommate. I don't give a fuck what
You
happens
think
to
I
me.
want to hurt anybody is really crazy. You are
You
fucking.
are
insane.
hurting me, Frank. You are hurting me, Frank. This
I
hurts.
am doing psychic damage to you, and you are crying.
Yes,
Psychic
psychic damage, but I don't cry over trash like you, buddy. There's nothing you
Seems
can
like
do
you've
to
been
me that
crying
might.
for
There's
the
hey
past 20
Frank. There's
minutes.
nothing you can do to me that ain't already been done, buddy. This is status
I've
fucking
been
quo
raped.
for me.
Wow.
I've been
This is
fucked
status
in the
fucking
mouth.
quo for me. So show the
I've
fuck
been
up.
turned
Let
out
me
as a
show you how I
prostitute by
handle
my
status
parents.
quo.
Why do you keep threatening to shoot me? This is weird.
Because I'm going to fucking kill you and take pleasure doing it.
Jesus.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna take
Weird.
pleasure.
Shut the fuck up. Go eat your cane.
Okay. Okay.
You need to chill,
Dude.
bro.
No,
You're
Oh,
you're less than
okay.
4
Holy
miles away from me
fuck,
last night,
dude.
pussy. You can't drive 4 fucking miles. You can't drive
Dude.
4 fucking miles to actually
You are
deliver on your
unhinged.
threats.
All
I'm on
right,
what?
Boogie, you're
I'm
kind of
fucking
fuck,
you like
man.
a fiddle,
You're
buddy.
losing it, man. Come on.
Oh
Boogie.
yes, surprise. Keem, are you surprised by that?
No.
The guy who's been mentally ill this whole time
It's
is
a
mentally
fucking
ill
joke,
still
man.
today.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know. I'm just saying.
I
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's what I am.
Okay.
That's what's wrong with me.
Well,
That's what's wrong with me,
Boogie,
Frank.
he's obviously trolling you, so stop
Yeah.
giving him a reaction.
No,
Saying you're gonna
I
kill
don't have
somebody
a
who's
choice in
pissing you off
reaction.
is so
I do
insane.
have a choice in ending him. So once again, this town is only 10 miles away, 10 miles apart. I'm in the middle of it. You can't be more than 5 miles from me right now, you pussy.
I'm like 5 minutes from you. At the
Wow.
Then
You
come
piece of
here.
shit.
To come the fuck
Have-
here. Follow
Have a
fucking
soda,
through. Follow
have a
fucking
Molly,
through.
your favorite
Follow
chips and
fucking
cake,
through.
and watch a
Follow
movie.
fucking
Calm
through.
down.
Follow fucking through, and I will
I'll
end
tell
you.
your hookers come over.
I don't have any hookers,
Play
brother.
your weird little cock.
There are no
okay? Just
hookers. This is
chill out.
all more bullshit by you. Dude, come say that to my face. Come
Oh,
say that to my face.
stop
Come
crying.
say that to my
Yeah, but he
face.
probably has one of
Come
those Harvey
falsely accuse me
Weinstein
of
dicks.
hookers to my face.
He has to.
Come falsely accuse me right now.
All right.
Take his
All right.
Xanax.
I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up the Skype call, guys. This is getting out of
Cool.
control.
Have a great day. Hey,
Nice talking to you.
Wild stuff. So that's what happened last night. Now today, Frank shows up to Boogie's house. Actually shows up, and this is what happens. Roll it.
Oh fuck.
Come on, you fucking pussy. What's the deal?
So I guess this is the Boogie's security footage.
Where's the
Yeah.
gun at, you fat?
Where's the gun at, you fat bitch?
Open fire! Open fire!
Open fire! Dude, Frank, oh goddamn man.
Yeah.
This guy, look at this guy's ball is just coming from this boxer. Look at his stance, look at his prowl.
Sam, this doesn't have to, Cameron, this doesn't have to go down this way, buddy.
You're a fat pussy.
Yeah.
You won't even open the door?
Oh, I will.
And then what? You're gonna shoot me?
No, I'm thinking my roommate will.
You're gonna kill me?
I guess so, buddy. Just give me a second to get my dog.
I guess so.
You're a fucking pussy, dude.
Oh,
Hold on, I'll show you pussy, bud. He's the air
dude.
guy. Yeah. Hey, you mind grabbing?
I hope this shit goes global.
You
Or
ready?
not global,
Dude.
but viral or whatever. I hope Frank gets the attention and respect he deserves.
Oh yeah, he will.
Buddy, you threatened my life.
He never threatened his life at all.
1 second, buddy. Sammy, up. I want to make sure my dog's protected.
Oh, I think he
Sammy?
did say he was
Oh,
gonna rape
here.
him.
Ha ha.
Sammy, up. Come here.
This guy has a fucking mask on inside the house.
1 second.
Yeah.
bud.
Maybe he was
I
doing
am.
Boogie's nails or something.
Protecting my
Ha
dog.
ha.
Yes, sir.
I want to see the footage of the outside or not.
I know.
Like,
Is this
just
all trigger?
Boogie's fucking fat piece of shit roaming through his house.
Pull the trigger. Okay. Is this what I have to do?
Jeez.
fat fucking.
Fuck.
I'm leave, Sam.
Oh my god.
I'm asking you
Is
to
this
leave.
real?
Yes.
Is this guy gonna kill me?
Yes. I'm here to look at the air conditioner, Sam.
Oh.
Is this what I have to
You're
do?
a fucking.
Is this what I
Are
have
you
to
gonna
do?
shoot me in your doorway?
Yes.
You're fucking deranged.
I'm asking you to leave. This is my home. You are not welcome here. You have threatened my life. I'm asking you to leave. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to fire a warning shot. And this second won't be
Fire
a
it
chance.
now! Fire the warning shot now.
Is this what we have to do? I'm asking you to leave, Sam.
Sam?
Cameron, I don't know your fucking name.
Fuck, dude.
I'm asking you to leave.
Holy
I'm
fuck.
asking you to leave, man. Please don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this.
Will you just leave his property so I can leave?
Why's this guy got a gun?
Oh, that's why he's just
Because
there
I
expecting
feel
to.
threatened.
This guy's about to kill somebody right
Yes.
in front of you.
Why are you on his property? then?
I'll shoot to wound. I promise
Shoot
you
the
that.
woods.
Who you shoot yourself?
No, I plan to shoot you, bud. I'm asking
Right
you
here.
to leave.
Right here.
Okay?
Right here.
Okay. I'm asking you to
You're
leave.
pointing a gun at me?
Yes. You are on my property. You've threatened my life.
You are a fat.
Castle doctrine.
You're a fat.
He keeps
Castle
bleeping out
Doctrine means I
or
get to
cutting
take
out.
you inside and fuck you.
Okay. Sam, please don't make me do
Who's
this.
Sam?
I don't know. I don't know.
Regardless, the cops are coming.
Who's Sam? I don't know.
Have a good one.
I don't know.
Leave the property.
Keep saying that.
Fuck yourself, nigger.
What the fuck? That's the language you use? Keep walking, pussy. Keep walking, pussy.
Unbelievable. Now, this is what I'm being
Unbelievable.
told right now. The police
real,
are
dude.
investigating Boogie for
Unbelievable.
shooting that round in the air in city limits. They're also investigating Frank. You know, I feel like Frank is going to deal with charges for actually showing up to Boogie's house.
Yeah, Frank's
Guys,
doing some
I want the
community
safety
service.
of all involved to stay intact. Please do not harass either Boogie or Frank or anyone else involved in this scenario. We're going to stay on it with any updates. Obviously, I couldn't upload this to YouTube. It's way too hot. This is a Storyfire exclusive.
Wow. Wow. First of all, I can't believe I just watched the Keemstar video the whole way. Second of all, that unbelievable, really it was. And
Absolutely.
He definitely, you know, more than likely will be getting charges for showing up there. And after the guy told him several, you know, don't show up here, and that he didn't leave. And
Yeah.
But a
Yeah.
warning shot against people's against movie logic and people's popular opinion, that's illegal. Can't be shooting
Right.
fucking warning shots.
Right. Especially in fucking a city like, you know.
Yep. Even in the city. City limits, shooting a gun in the fucking air. I mean, where did that bullet go? You never fucking know.
Yep.
Probably just, I mean, hopefully just shot off a blank or something,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, they're both, Boogie obviously should do like jail time. Not jail time. Psychiatric,
he,
like
I'm like, yeah, he
rehab.
needs some rehab of some sort for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, maybe this is the start of a beautiful Disney movie where they both get put in the same like psychiatric ward. You know, they have to become friends.
Yeah, the judge is like, I sentence you both to be in solitary confinement
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, you have to be roommates. And this is like the big silent black guy that just stays there and watches them and makes sure they don't actually like hit each other and shit. You know, Frank
Yeah.
like testing him, says it's nigger, you know, to his face. You won't do anything, pussy. Beautiful, beautiful romantic beginning.
Dude,
They can both lose weight together also in the psychiatric ward. That would be, you know, it's like, come on, Boogie, you gotta run with me, you know, and Frank trains him up.
Damn. That's all they needed,
Just some little motivation. God damn, that was beautiful. I wish we could see the footage. People were saying that they saw the full footage on Gumroad or something, but like I'm on Gumroad, I don't see this shit.
Right, okay.
I didn't see this shit, so I don't know where the fuck it's at. Maybe I'm just out of the loop, probably really, of all this shit. I'm just on the edge, barely trying to understand what's going on.
For real, brand spanking new shit.
I mean, this guy Frank. If you see the escalation, you know, from the earlier videos to now, it's insane how this guy, in the face of violence, he just takes it. He just fucking takes it, laughs at it. Like another one where he's like thrown on the ground by that big gym guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's like, bro, like, why are you doing? Like, you just assaulted me. He's just yelling. You just assaulted. Why are you doing this? Laughing at it, like smirking.
Yeah.
Telling the other guy, "Are you gonna kick my ass? You gonna kick my ass too?" Complete chav. Just complete Chad.
100%.
This guy makes the ladies come when he walks through. Definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. The aura of his presence is enough to make a woman come through multiple walls.
Yeah.
You know, behind closed doors.
The pheromones and it's not even pheromones, it's the testosterone itself. Pure testosterone coming off.
You're right. Yeah, it's just so much coming out of his body. His favorite pastime is just climbing up escape ladders, you know, outside of apartments and just making all the women come to the apartment. Just kind of like a rampage, just climbing up the side of buildings, and then all the women are coming and jumping out of the windows.
Fuck yeah.
So I'll never come like this again.
Just all in the day's work.
All in the motherfucking day's work. That was quite beautiful. That was poetic. I kind of expected. I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but he just has like some shitty looking revolver. It looks like in the video. Just some shitty looking revolver or something.
Yeah, or was it AR?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where was the AR? Where was anything else? Like
I just want to be on YouTube.
Oh fuck, bro! You're on YouTube, dog.
YouTube, I'm a YouTube sub.
I did not kick him. He left.
Yeah. Hey, mom, what's up?
Yeah, I'm here. Damn. Love you, Jared. Love you, boy.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful white man, blessed by the gods with the most beautiful genetics I've seen in person.
Yeah.
This man's face, I wish I could just rip it off. His whole head, and just replace my own. Beautiful, godly hair, Nordic blonde, majestic glory shooting out upwards into the sky. Blue, iceberg eyes just staring into your fucking soul. Again, another man that just makes you come. With his just a look, just one glance, and you are on the floor writhing with pleasure, your knees buckling. I've seen it in person.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of sexual gods, that's another one. I'm glad that he has blessed us with his presence and not the other way around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are lucky to have you, sir. But this man Boogie, the saga of him has been so insane. His come up has been insane. Just stupid gaming shit, Gamergate shit. His stories, and then the stories with his wife or his ex-wife or whoever the fuck. All that crazy abuse shit, all the crazy cuckold weird shit that was coming out with him just because he couldn't get his dick up.
Oh boy.
Or I don't know, some weird shit like that was going on. I don't remember the full extent of it.
Yeah.
But I think what happened is she was getting gangbanged by some of his fans.
Fuck.
He like invited a bunch of like little kids over to his house, and they were like gangbanging his wife.
What?
Yeah, and then he caught her, and then he was like, tie her up.
Hmm.
Just beating the fuck out of her, just beating her face.
What?
Pummeling her with his dick.
Fuck, bro.
And then him and the kids went and played Switch or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened.
That is so fucked.
Boogie, I never really liked this fucking fat fuck. Who really liked this fat fuck Boogie? I don't think anybody ever liked this piece of shit Boogie.
Just my brother.
Just your brother, yeah, fellow autists that are destined for glory somewhere.
Yes, sir.
I would have never guessed though that he would have lasted this long, Boogie. Again, I thought he would have died, physically and metaphysically in the world of, internet celebritydom. I thought he would have died already.
Yeah, just like I don't know, what is it, Ray William Johnson or those other dudes. Yeah, that's why. Just like that's what I figured.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah. All right.
So fuck, man. Just maybe it was all because of Frank. It's the only reason he's relevant.
All these years. No, I mean honestly, no. It's just been him inserting himself again in bullshit like this. I'm mentally ill. Why are you bothering me? Like you're choosing to get crazy over it. You're choosing to still be online.
Yeah, that's the whole thing that people love to just throw their hands up. Like, I'm a victim of this. I have absolutely no say in my decisions. Like, I can't help but react the way. I can't help but, just kill you. Like, there's no other way.
He's like, don't make me do this.
I know,
it's
dude.
like some fucking video game character, some shitty movie. Don't make me do this,
Dude,
come on, like, don't make me do
know.
this. You're driving me to this insanity,
For real, dude.
Like Morgan Freeman there holding Brad Pitt's hand, like, you don't have to do this, Brad. Why'd you make me do this?
It's just so ridiculous.
Dramatic
man.
levels of bullshit. And he keeps saying I have anxiety, have this and that. This guy is one of those who, like, there's some things you do in your life where you fuck up or like it's just you can't do it anymore, And it just so happens like this is society, like if you
I think so.
Look at basketball or whatever, you come into the game, you punch an announcer or whatever the fuck, like you're out of you're out of it forever.
Yeah.
You fucked up. You can't be there like, I wanted to play baseball. I gotta keep playing, but going out every week to the fields, people laughing at you like, you guys need to stop. I have a right to be able to play baseball, basketball without anybody remembering my past at all.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, of course, is cancel culture and yada yada. All that shit is bullshit. But I mean, I agree to it in an extent. I'm one of those where I agree to all this shit in an extent. I just hope it doesn't come back on me, of course, or my family. But I wish, I want people to be able to say whatever they want on the internet, but I also want people to be able to be bullied until they kill themselves. I mean, that's the, that is why I love America. That's the duality that I love to live in,
Yeah.
I don't want to be protected at every moment of every day. Like,
it's a Wild West.
Yeah, it's the Wild West. Like Boogie right here, he lost his chance. Or not his chance, but he did it. He became, famous. He got money. He got all these views, this and that. and then he just became like an alt-right, whatever the fuck he is now.
Pedophile, I guess.
Pedophile, kind of. Yeah, pedophile. Not, I didn't mean to say alt-right. Why did I say that? Sorry. Yeah, a pedophile, like, just insane dude that is, brandishing weapons at obvious trolls and just claiming that, you're making him do this.
I mean, it's totally, different. This guy's showing up like, with the weapon or saying, like, I'm gonna come in or something stupid, like, there's really no fucking reason to jump to that, like, level of, confrontation that quickly. It's just like, damn, dude. It's just, I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Is the whole reason, like he said, is like the whole reason he showed up is like he just keeps threatening to kill him and thinks that Frank is out to harm him, and and he's like, psychic damage. So like he admits, like, Frank isn't there to hurt him, just make him hurt himself by being fucking retarded, as he said. I am mentally ill.
Yeah.
I am. Don't you? I am fucking stupid. Don't you get it?
Yeah.
Don't you get it, Frank? I am one of those who's gonna kill my whole family and my dog and myself. Don't you get
for real. Like I told everybody for years, I was deranged. Why? It's a big surprise. I'm raping kids. Like, who would have thought?
Surprise! But just one more knock, knock ditch, and I'm fucking out of here, baby. Like I'm fucking blowing everybody's heads off.
Dude, yeah.
One, doorbell ditch, and I'm out. This whole world is gonna be sad that they fucking laughed at me.
Yeah.
So it was gonna be sad that they laughed at my pedophile fat face.
Fuck, man. Just like it's just a certain level of pathetic that's just beyond the lower threshold for pity. It's just too much, man. You can't feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You cannot feel bad. You cannot have any kind of remorse for this guy at all. I've seen some people where, I'd laugh at them, I'd probably be one of those, bullying them in the YouTube comments, and then there's like a video where they're just so like self-aware or they're just so like human about it. They're not there. I'm gonna fucking shoot your head, all of you in the comments. Hey, you, Big Pecker, or whoever the fuck, just singling out some other person, some other celebrity that's fucking with them, jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else, literally everybody else in the world, and laughing at him. But this guy can't fucking, take it.
Yep.
Big Boogie, sucking little kids' dicks.
Oh, watching him fuck his wife.
Yeah. Watching him fuck his wife while he's standing there with it. I got an AR. And it's a fucking revolver.
I'm gonna fire a warning shot if you don't come right now.
Fire now. Fucking God. God bless Frank.
Dude, fire now. Frank, fire now, hassle.
The beauty of the internet is that this guy could probably he kind of tried for a while, but it just doesn't work because again it's insincere. It's insincere everything that he does aside from when he's saying that he got raped, but even that feels really insincere, he's telling like the pathetic like grieving story. He doesn't tell the part where he's like, "All right, Dad, I'll suck your dick for a piece of pizza." Like he doesn't tell that part where he like gets really into it, and
Yeah, because that's always a thing too. You know what I mean? It's like they could have totally been a different headspace too, where they were all super into some weird fucked up shit, and then like later on they're like, oh my god, like I was abused, like I was groomed, or I was manipulated into liking it. Oh god, like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, of course everybody can. They'll be like, I was manipulated into liking this, but by the way, I love Joe Biden, and I love wet ass pussy, Cardi B,
Yep.
It's easy that kind of shit is easy because it's like it's right in your face. You know, you can remember your uncle putting his dick in your mouth. You know, it's kind of easy to remember those things, but it's not easy to, you know, see that kind of psychological warfare going on. And then when anybody points it out, it's like when your family is defending this uncle that put his dick in your mouth, and it's like, oh, he's a good guy, you would never do this, and you're like, but I fucking remember it. Like, nah, you just didn't happen. You know, didn't happen. All that shit, but you know, never happened. Biden's a good guy. Never happened.
Fuck.
9/11, never happened.
The buildings, the towers, still up. It's just a hoax. Just David Copperfield made them disappear.
Yeah, just on his deathbed, David Copperfield, like, I'm gonna give you back the towers. Just wave his hands. Lies. Special announcement. David Copperfield, special edition, tonight at 8. He's like, I'm giving you back the Twin Towers. Just waves his hand. They pop, they do the little curtain raise. The Twin Towers.
Damn.
The planes fly backwards out of the shit.
Damn. Osama did nothing wrong.
All the survivors and all the people on the plane and all the supposed hijackers come out. Thank you. They're just doing a bow, like thank you.
Oh,
like, I'm sorry, family. Like I really had to go deep on this one.
I know. I'm sure you'll all understand.
Mm-hmm. Pete Davidson's dad comes back like, son, now you can stop making those terrible jokes.
Oh my god.
Now you can stop doing comedy and making people want to kill themselves.
Thank you, Dad.
Yeah.
I knew you were still alive.
Pete, you used my death to your advantage quite well, but now it's time to go home, son.
Time to come back to being a nobody.
Yeah, being a nobody. Just up on stage, Pete Davidson. So, like, I guess my dad didn't die in 9/11. Just people like, boo.
Yeah, doing some fucking comedy bit off it.
I mean, that's what he did about his dad being dead. Is he always joking?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep, but now he's just not funny anymore because he lost all his guilt points.
Yeah.
His tragedy tokens on the board of life, the board game of life.
Yeah, that's a big way to win, to get ahead. I've been through so many hardships.
So many of them. So what's up, bro? What's going on, man?
Fucking nothing, bro. Just living it up here. The Vida Loca on the Jungle Island. We're exploring this new section here. We found this river.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
So far,
we've been freeing the trapped little kids in cages here and there, like it's a fucking Rayman game. And just they just run off in some direction. We don't know where they go, but hey, they're not in a cage anymore.
Yeah, they just become feral children.
Yeah,
sucking chopsticks.
It's a better life, I think.
We need to find an island that really is like the is it the Flies, the King of the Flies, or what the fuck is that?
Yeah, Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies, yeah. The gay Lord fucker of the flies, The biggest, strongest kid is just fucking all the other ones. Raping them.
Oh no, eating them afterward, of course.
Oh, yeah, they're assholes, you mean. He's like eating his own cum out of their ass, yeah.
He eats some ass first.
You can't use my jizz against me. Who knows what you can do with this jizz?
Yep. If they're even jizzing yet at this age.
If I lived on an island with Lord of the Fries, yeah, fuck yeah, Lord of the Fries.
That's a good one.
Yep, just being a fat piece of shit, eating fries all day. That's what life is about, folks.
Yep, in America.
Everywhere now, bro. We've taken over the world. You got people in Afghanistan and Africa. They have $2 to their name, and they're out on the streets making fried potatoes.
Yep. to send mass ship over to McDonald's all across, the world.
I saw this one time. I was in a McDonald's, and in the corner there was obvious homeless people, like just drinking Coke, like just drinking Coke, not even eating. I think they were just maybe sharing fries, or I don't know what the fuck, but just the dirtiest fucking homeless people you can think of.
Jeez.
Eating in the corner of this McDonald's, and then one of them, after he's done eating, he like goes into the restroom, and I'm just kind of watching these homeless people enjoying my food, and then after like 20 minutes, this guy comes out, completely different clothes, everything, just obviously took a hobo shower in the fucking McDonald's restroom. Just gotten all straight up in the McDonald's restroom, with the sink water. You know what they do. And like less than a minute after he comes out, this other guy like goes into the restroom, and he just comes out with like less than 10 seconds. He just goes in the restroom and just, I'm fucking out of here. Leaves in 10 seconds. Probably the smell or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Now this homeless guy, I didn't describe that he's a fat homeless guy.
Oh
just
boy.
an extremely huge fat homeless guy,
Fuck.
which is fucking crazy if you think about it.
Yes, sir.
A fat homeless guy, but then again, his respite that he found was a McDonald's lobby, so
Well, yeah, that's true.
it's just like a little homeless cat just keeps going to McDonald's and just keeps getting fat. All the workers like, here you go, here's some fries, here's some nuggets, and big homeless creature going into the restroom, just wantonly throwing water up into the crevices between his ball sack and his asshole, splashing on the ground. Like, I think this is good, I think I'm done. I think I'm done cleaning myself.
God.
There's sometimes, I'm in a shower, a nice shower, all the room I have, all the soap, cleaning supplies necessary, and I'm still like, I don't know if I got that spot. This homeless guy's just throwing water up in there. Like, I think it's good enough. I think it's fucking good enough.
I washed away most of the stank.
I don't smell like shit anymore,
just
piss. Ass. Just piss and ass. Yeah. Fuck. And that was a topic of yesterday. At the end of yesterday's wave side chat. After my co-host left and my other co-host was busy doing shit. The topic was how about this island makes you come to terms with that. This homeless man has nothing to his life except this McDonald's and this restroom, and he cleans himself and he's ready to go. This man is fucking happy. So you have to be like that. You have to love yourself. You have to love others. Oh, by the way, I think it's back actually. The Frank Castle is back.
Oh.
The chat. This after being maliciously taken down. But you have to be fine with whatever you got, And not a lot of people are happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. It's like they have to go to that next destination or wherever the fuck. Like, where I'm at sucks. It's only gonna be better once I get to this other place first. Gotta get there already. Fuck. Like the grass is greener mentality, instead of just like, well, shit. Like, well, I got what I got. Let me use it and see if I can get better shit. Like, you gotta like appreciate what you got. Or I was even seeing too how like people talking about like I guess weakness versus vulnerability. Like a weakness is like you have like a weak spot, but you're like like not wanting to acknowledge it.
That's Planet Fitness. Gift cards, and that way every other month they can go clean their ass at Planet Fitness.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. Boom.
This dude is speaking truth. If you didn't hear him, he's saying, basically homeless people, you You go to Planet Fitness, whatever gym, and then you go clean your ass once a month.
This fucking genius.
Yep. Beautiful.
Seriously.
Thank you, Jared, for that. Beautiful Nordic god. What were you saying, Richard?
Oh yeah. So weakness is just like, yeah, you have a weakness that you don't acknowledge and people can exploit or whatever, but it's a vulnerability if you acknowledge it. And it's like, yeah, you have this sort of like weak spot, but at least since you're aware of it, you're able to like, guard it or work with it, rather than be ignorant of it. And it's just always just kind of, I guess, how, I know it's very metaphorical, but it's just still like how Boogie, I guess, kind of like acknowledging his shit, but it's like he doesn't know how to work with it or whatever. So he's just like, oh, I have this weakness. I'm a fucking mentally ill pedo. Like, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's so fucking weird. So it's like people can play that victim card and just being like, oh, I have this weakness. I'm weak. Or it's just like, oh, like I have these strengths and I just have these vulnerabilities, like just, I don't know. It's like a weird little difference, I suppose.
Like, yeah, a lot of people, like nowadays, in your bio and everything, you put, I'm retarded, like Boogie, I'm retarded. It's like, oh, what are you doing to fix that? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? I'm not doing anything. This is just, this is just me. I'm not gonna go to therapy. Therapy will never work on me.
Like, this is just my excuse, It's like, so now you know.
Yeah, just putting in your bio like was raped at 5. that's my identity.
Yo, God, yeah.
Story. I was raped at 5.
Yeah. Yep, for sure, man. And I, yeah, I mean the flip side's also true too, where it's like you're too machismo to even reveal you have any vulnerabilities or weaknesses. That's also a weakness too, right? It's just like, oh, I'm all fucking tough. There's nothing, whatever. But I mean, I think more people are on the other path, is just relishing in their weaknesses rather than like trying to work with them.
Well, that's in my mind, what I see it as, in the past, people would have these weaknesses, they would work on them, and that in itself is a vulnerability to the powers that be. And so they tried to change that now into like being quote unquote empowered, by being empowered and being strengthened by these weaknesses, in the sense that you're not gonna try to fix them, you're not gonna work on them, and if you do, it's very minimal.
Yeah,
it's just working around these things, and it's like the people who are in the forefront of this shit are no longer the people who have a way out of it or have any kind of hope of where to go. It's just like, you're fat, you're fucking sexy, you're fucking retarded, you're unique.
Yeah, I mean, it does also go with the, like, oh yeah, you have to learn to accept yourself for who you are and love yourself, you know what I mean? But it's different if it's like you're loving this sort of false image you have of yourself rather than just like accepting, like, okay, yeah, I got these flaws, but whatever. Like, you don't beat yourself up about your flaws. That's where the love comes in. The love doesn't have to be this weird narcissistic, like, sort of like, oh, I'm so fucking, like, you know what? Yeah. Fuck all those people who were made fun of me. They don't understand. I'm fucking special. Yeah.
I mean, that's what we've been talking about the last couple of days. Like, I mean, you there is a balance, because on the one end of that is like pedophiles and fucking people who relish in being fat and retarded and all the shit that we're talking about right now. It's all kind of like encapsulated in the same shit. Yeah, it's just people not being able to be introspective, not being able to if they can't accept themselves, they're just angry at themselves. Or if they do accept themselves, they accept themselves in the wrong way. So it's always like, just the cubic, or what is it, the cubic setup of this, where it's like A and B, not A, not B. There's like all these different matrices where people can lie. So it's not one medicine for every person, unfortunately. Different people are in different stages of acceptance or denial for different reasons. And so like you said, you have to be accepting of who you are and what you do, but you have to be wanting to change it to be
I mean,
a
yeah,
better person.
because I feel like there's another aspect to where you have to also accept sort of the responsibility, I guess. Because it's like in order to be free and autonomous, you have to accept full responsibility for yourself and actions, and that's I mean really hard. You know what I mean for people where it's always like their misfortune is always has to be something else. It can't be their own fault because it's so what's the word mortifying, you know what I mean, to their pride or ego, or to let other people know it's like, oh, I'm just an idiot and I shot myself in the foot. It has to be like, oh well, there's this fucking I thought there was a fucking snake, man, this goddamn, and I can't see these glasses because my job sucks. And it's just I don't know.
It's also part with the instant culture because all this shit takes time. It takes work.
Yeah.
Like the biggest one, like people like me, fat pieces of shit like me and Bookie, it actually takes time to lose weight and to become something else that you're not physically. And so, like, you do it for like a day, you do it for like a week, you do it for like a month, and you're just kind of like, all right, I don't really see any progress because you're not doing it good enough. You're not doing it the proper way. So then you give up. Or if you do it the proper way and then you see progress and then you start like treating yourself like, I'm losing weight, and then like you just keep going, you have to
relapse.
Exactly, relapse, and not just relapse, but losing this momentum as well that you're gaining for like doing these habits every day and changing who you are and changing what you're doing. And so it's much easier just to go back, like you're rolling up a hill and you go back 2 steps and you're just like, all right, might as well go all the fucking way down,
Yeah.
So fuck it, I gotta go do those 2 steps again. Like fuck it all. Let me just throw myself off this cliff and just eat all this goddamn food.
Hell yeah.
So it takes time to do all this shit. So none of these people. That's also part of it too, right? Is like how much of it is just pure, like your subconscious mental diversion, right? Like how much of it is your brain recognizing, like, yeah, this is gonna suck for me and this body and this person. So it's just doesn't want to reward you for doing these good things. It wants you to stay retarded and fat. You know what I mean? And then so you have to train that as well to not see this movement and this losing weight as such this crazy anxiety filled task, because that's what it is, like this anxious anxiety filled task. You're gonna have to be thinking about your food, thinking about your weight, losing all this bullshit
for sure.
Like for me, like my excuse right now that I just can't get over really in my head is like, I'm gonna lose weight and then I'm just gonna look like a fucking flying squirrel. Like I don't know, I just feel like personally I could be a fat person better and sexier than I can be like a fucking skinny flying squirrel with these little weights hanging off of me.
I mean, that's of course always the thing too, right? It's all Hollywood and the mainstream media shit that's pushing this, product or image of just the complete photoshopped fucking models with the exact perfect proportions and shit. And it's just, man, like so fucking bullshit, and like having everyone homogenize or look the same like that shit. I mean, same thing with me, right? Like I should get fit and whatever the fuck, or have some muscles. Or for me, it's like I feel like I should at least be like capable or something if I'm in a fight, or after I lift a truck off my fucking wife or something. I don't know.
Nobody can do that, dude. Don't worry.
It's the stories, bro. The mom. No, for sure, man. But it's just like, oh fuck it, I'm fine just looking like a crackhead or something. You know what I mean? Like just look like some frail fucking pale junkie. It's like, well, that's fine. Like I'm not gonna try to be just making that worse or being like, oh fuck it, who cares? Like sure, I'll try to make myself not look like complete shit. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I was gonna say an interesting aspect of this that I see online is this like makeup addiction kind of shit.
Right.
It's women that are fully committed and they admit like, oh, makeup addiction. Like they're poking fun at it. That they're addicted to makeup and trying all these different styles and all this shit. And you can't argue with them that like they're brainwashed or that there's no need for this. And it's like, but how am I going to compete with all these other women, that are wearing? It's like, but it's for me, it's so I look good. It's like, but you think that because you know what I mean. You think that because of society, and they have no way to admit that you know, it's like some guy who wants to be like some badass with like skulls and shit, and you're just like, why do you want to do this, Kyle? Like, why? It's fucking. How else am I gonna be badass? You know, this is just what society wants me to do.
Exactly. It's always like that brainwashing or societal or cultural norms. Because I mean, it could. I mean, as far, however far you want to take it, right? It could also go into like video games or watching streamers or whatever the fuck. Like, you just sit there and watch, this shit or look at these moving pictures on this thing, and you get happy whenever you see these numbers go up because you're winning points or what. And it's like, yeah, man, it's a fucking game, and I'm like, it's just it's always like something that brings people joy or happiness. It might not make sense like objectively because like I love doing that, trying to think like from an alien perspective and looking at shit like being all like, what the fuck, what is this exactly? And it's just, I don't know, it's a little dehumanizing, right? Like you just get to that weird point, like why are people doing this? We derive pleasure from this, like what the fuck? Like if you think about it too much, you have to like you can't be objective too much all the time because it gets really fucky and you become like what, like fucking Sid Barrett from fucking Pink Floyd, and you just can't do or talk to people anymore, and you're just walking around just staring at shit. Like,
I mean, not really, because I mean that shit is can still be good because you can live the life without that. You can go be like a monk or do whatever the fuck, you know. You can
right.
try to live as quote unquote naturally as possible, because that's that's the only one that would have the least amount of like, why am I doing this? Is
Right. At least, yeah.
Huh? Sure. Thank you, baby. Love you. So you can, you could just do that. There's always ways to find the least what ifs. You know, it's like you're saying, like you're even in yourself. You have this internal struggle. Was like, well, I have to be in this society and in this world and do these things, and whatever thing it is that you don't like doing and that you feel burdened by, you still have your own sense of oh, I gotta do this. You could just go in the middle of nowhere, like you always say, and play guitar or do whatever. So what is holding back from that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, so you eventually kind of find some nice, balanced middle ground where it's like you kind of also learn to accept the outside world and the system and the way the world things work, and you know what I mean, that we were just born into. It's like we didn't have a say for it, and therefore it's like how much of a, you know, like how much can we complain about, really? You know what I mean? Because it is the way it is. It's just like we're just kind of lucky to be a part of it for a little while, and so it's like you have to kind of accept that as well for like some of it, and of course not just keel over and be like, well, yeah, whatever sucks, that's just the way it is, and we can't even try it. But at least, because I guess the main bad thing I always see about a lot of this shit is always just that negative, depressing, aspect of it, where it's just like, fuck, like I'm so aware of how bad things are, and damn it, like you can't enjoy anything anymore, like because you're just thinking of all the conspiracy theories and all the pedos and all the fluoride in the water and all the fucking Jews and reptilians or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like you have to also be able to like or love the little things in life, and just accept like, well, water running all over my body and this miracle thing called plumbing in a shower is pretty cool, like being able to eat and satiate this hunger thing and out of whatever I decide to choose and cook, like that's kind of neat, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, and the only reason those things though are so like crushing is because there's really no way to end them. It's like if you're in a society where like there's a giant robot coming, there's gonna be enough people that want to take on the robot, or want to stop the village from being destroyed. How many people are gonna be like, well, I'm just playing games, it crushes us when it crushes us, you know what I mean? There's gonna be people like, there's a rallying the masses and getting everybody together to do it, and that's why it's this thing where it's like, well, do I get so worried and caught about it? Like when you're in a war, you should be
right
every day. You should be fucking thinking about going to the meetings and the strategies and being with your comrades, and
yeah.
So, and then that even becomes its own kind of like not joyous, but there's these tales of war and brotherhood and camaraderie and the moments of when they get together and they're chilling. But the thing, but the whole thing is, yeah, everybody kind of just agrees that we can't fight this, so everybody knows that it's this unfightable battle. And so when you get caught up thinking about it, there is no end result to it. But there are people who do actually see the end result, or
right.
they see the path and they make the YouTube videos and they become lawyers, they become whoever the fuck they think they should be to actually do something about it, because they are able to toe that fine line where they're thinking about it all the time, and it drives them, but they're still able to have kids or play games or whatever the fuck. So I mean, it's just for a mass majority of people, it's just too much of a fucking crushing weight
to just
fathom.
Resigned to it,
Exactly, yeah. To even fathom or to resign, or most of those people as well. Speaking about privilege, they have the means to maybe become a lawyer or whoever.
Yeah.
But for most people, it's just not a reality. You're not smart enough. You don't have the, you don't have the skills. Which again, you could train yourself to do all this shit, but who has the time to like teach himself all the skills and then go to 12 years of law school to, represent some pedophile at some trial just because you have to work your way up the ranks from pro bono work for the government? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just a crushing reality of life.
Yes, sir.
It's a crushing reality of it for that shit. So I mean, but the skincare thing, you have these fucking bitches who are really like addicted to it and they laugh about it. And then you have this other side where, and there's a big overlap of all these groups, but you have because of just mental delusion and people not being able to coincide with themselves. But then you have the overlap group of people like, yes, these bitches on Instagram are being real. They're showing their what? Say wet pussy. They're like, these girls are real. They're showing their stretch marks, and they're showing their blemishes.
What?
If you said about speaking about privilege, is being born intelligent privilege?
It's an advantage. It's an advantage, and if you want to look at it a certain way, it's a privilege. If you were in this kind of theory, it's a privilege if you're intelligent because your parents were intelligent because they were rich, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Being born into affluence and all that.
Exactly, yeah. And it's also a thing where it's just a luck of the draw. Like you could have a family, all the same genetics, and one kid is retarded and the next kid is fucking Albert Einstein. So
yeah.
it's an advantage for sure, but privilege, it's really up to how into the victim, how much into the victim culture are you that you're gonna call people who are smart as as privileged. It's always a scale. I wouldn't say it's privileged, but I know some fucking retards would call it privileged, and but you're only smart because you had access to the book, to the encyclopedia, or whatever, whatever the fuck it is. But then at the same time, they'll tell you that people are just born with it, the intelligence or whatever the fuck.
Too.
So.
Yep.
But these skincare bitches, they're celebrating that these women will put up, stretch mark photos and all this shit, pictures without the airbrushing. You're like, see, these are how real women look. Like, you see you see their pores and their pimples and their wrinkles and all this shit. Then you have like this weird, like a complete weird delusional middle ground of like women who were kind of like, I've been seeing it kind of like a meme where they put up this thing where it's like, this is what men think natural looks like, without makeup looks like, and this is how a real natural, and then they're like relishing that too, of where they're like diluting or going along with the delusion, like haha, like a guy thinks this is natural because we're lying to them and telling it's natural.
The fuck.
Yeah,
Like like the ones that are wearing beards and growing out their
no,
armpit
no,
hair
no,
and
no,
shit.
no. Just no, no, no. Like I'm saying, like girls with just like minimum makeup or like just really minimum makeup where it just doesn't show like your pores or like whatever. It's just basically a really natural look where it looks natural, but it's not. It's obviously not natural because you can't see her pores and yada yada. But it's
Mhm.
just like this middle ground of like them accepting, um, like them just kind of accepting this full delusion and
Mm.
not giving into the full makeup like thing where they're not being all makeup obsessed, but then also not
Mm.
accepting that they can just look the same without the makeup. It's like, yep, that's
Mm.
right, like guys think I look beautiful natural, like surprise, like I've been wearing makeup this whole time, or you know what I mean, like just
Oh fuck.
yeah, it's like a I don't even know how to describe it. Just a weird delusional
Yeah.
middle ground where they relish in the fact that they're not wearing all this makeup, but they're also, tricking these guys by still wearing makeup and appearing
Yeah.
natural. And
Like I still fooled you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like a guy. I don't know. I can't even think of the same. It's like a guy only doing steroids like in his left butt cheek or something. It's like, God, what girls think is natural. It's like the Rock Johnson or whatever the fuck. Like what girls think is natural. What I actually look like natural. Like all wimpy. And then like relishing in this fact that they're just. I wouldn't say getting away because I mean that would make it seem like I'm
Yeah.
upset, like they're getting away with this, but they're passing off this whole shit, knowing that they don't like the fact that they have to do it, admitting the fact, it's just what we gotta do, and then but
Yeah.
still relishing in the fact that they're doing it. It's a really good mind trick that these fucking makeup companies have done to these bitches.
It's really insane.
and
I
to
would say.
and to each other because they say it like, let's be honest, we do it for other women or we do it for
Mm.
ourselves and this and that. It's just not. I mean that's the thing too why I say it's like the fact that it's going to like a woman based society, a matriarchal society, when you have people that can be faced with that kind of delusion and not be like able to come to terms with it,
Mhm.
where they're like this, we just gotta do this, this is it, and I do admit that L'Oreal tricked us, but hey, guess what, I'm taking it back, this is empowerment, giving all these
Yeah.
money to, this is empowerment. When you
Yeah.
have those kind of people running society, how like what the how do you even escape out of that? How do you go from there?
Well, I guess that's always where it comes back to. I feel, anyways, being a creative or an artist, or I guess what the term is now, what a content creator is just like, having to make your own propaganda to be out there to, alongside the other bullshit propaganda.
They've found a way now to like to even hype up and how do you call it, publicize being like a self-employed struggling
Hmm.
artist. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? They found a
For
way
sure.
to be getting money from other struggling artists, and
For sure.
living in this weird, in this. I mean, I'm talking like I'm one of these people. I want to be one of these people, right? But it's this weird world where you're begging or like begging for money from other people.
Yeah.
Because when you're putting out like music and all this shit back in the day, there's like this kind of big vision. You're on TV or whatever the
Hmm.
fuck it is, and you're selling this product, this art, this CD.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're seeing, whoever the fuck in his room, his dog comes in the room and shits on the floor. He's like, come,
Hmm.
come on, like, please give me $10 for my album or whatever the fuck, like, you know what I mean? So it's no longer it's no longer like this magical, mysterious.
Yeah, illusory
Mhm.
like image that you're buying of like this very, clean cut
Yeah,
band. It's really like cool and they're
yeah,
very interesting cult of personality. Like now it's just everybody's just fucking like, oh god, I'm gonna fucking get kicked out. No one buys my shit. I really care about it, guys.
Yep, but it does have those quote unquote winners, you know, those people for them to look up to, for us to look up to, the ones that do make money off of it, and are the the ones to look up to it. And then you have the what was I gonna say? Then you have the bottom rung of that, or not the bottom rung, but then you have the people who don't even make content, don't even do anything. Which is totally fine, but they want to get all of this, or they want to get all of their money from these people who aren't doing anything, who aren't pushing out the content, who just want to create it. I mean, who just want to sit back and enjoy it. And it's like I forgot what I was going. They're basically living in that duality zone, or in that mysterious zone where it's not a glamorous thing anymore, but they look up to it. They look up to it, and then at the same time they look down. They look down at like themselves in a weird way. That they're not these people that they want to be, and they're not becoming who they want to be.
Right.
Trying to find one of those makeup memes, but I can't find it right now. I guess some kind of show what the fuck I was talking about. But whatever. I like to shit on women when I can.
It's the fetish.
But what I was gonna say is basically it's the content creators. It's throughout time, throughout history, there's always been the court jesters, the people living on the street, the artists, the this and that. It's just that it's not as easy. I'm not gonna say it was easy to live in the past, but like back when you were happy with just eating a couple apples a day, you could just live. You could live as an artist, eating a couple apples a day, living on the streets. Because let's be honest, it really wasn't that much different than living inside of a home that had, mud floors. All right.
Yeah.
So it's like, the only difference is, there you could keep all your art on your walls or whatever the fuck you have. But if you're just an artist or whatever, you could live your meager life and do it. And then so in the 70s, 80s, when all this shit started popping off, that the same thing. There's these big art people that were just junkies before, and they're getting money now and just being junkies, and going on the road, and buying houses just to do meth in. And on the opposite side of that, you have Billy Joe begging on the corner, hoping that you throw money into his little guitar case. So they found a way now where they've the powers that be, and this capitalist commercialized society has found a way where even more people are giving into this, and they're throwing themselves in the fold when they never would before. On the good side, you have those people who always wanted to be artists and this and that, and then you have the people who are just like, well, I hate working my job, let me make a podcast, But you have these people who are really loving, or really caught up in this idea of these content creators and this and that, and it's just an excuse for the powers to be to have another class of people who are just starving artists and just hyper romantic. That's the word I was looking for, is like romanticizing being poor. It's like, well, it's all right that I'm poor, I could just be on the internet and try to make money, and I can be a content creator, as you said, and I could do whatever is interesting to me. I can make movies, or music, or pictures, or whatever the fuck it is. Podcast. So they've romanticized this middle ground where people are 2 days away from being the hobo on the street with the guitar case. And they're doing pretty much exactly the same thing, except they're putting it out on the internet and not on some street corner. You're like 2 days away from being these guys. But it's like romanticized, and they found a way where everybody wants to do it. Everybody's getting in. Everybody's trying to do OnlyFans or whatever the fuck it is. That's its own content creator media avenue. Let's be honest. So they found a way where everybody is fine trying to be, again, like some you know, 30 homeless men on the street, like, please, you know, I'll paint your house, turning this all into Mexican people, like, please, like, look at my nudes for $20, you know?
Yeah.
Look at my video, look at this, and they're turning it into that because they know that deep down within everybody that we're supposed to be creative. They know that we're supposed to, be doing, picking berries and for like a couple hours and being creative and, living around the society of love and, dancing around the campfire and all kinds of shit. So they know that they're just fighting off time until we all, join hands and jerk each other off and become that unity, that unity filled tribe that we're supposed to be. So along the way, at every stop, they have to come up with these pit stops, these ways to like turn the public's attention away from things and to turn, to, as we talked about before, like to mutilate or to emulate, to weakly, falsely emulate what people want. So these people want to be free and they want to be able to just dance all day and create. And they don't want to have to worry about money and going to work and yada yada yada. But you have to find a way for them to feel like they're doing that, to emulate and to live in this simulacra where they're doing that, but at the same time still be under, the watchful eye of the government. Well, it's like, you make money off of YouTube, you can't get healthcare. It's like you're not working for a company, you're just self-employed.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck,
Absolutely.
So what if you're poor? That's your fault. Your art just sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it has made this sort of wave of having people commodify themselves and like, make themselves the product for others to buy. You know what I mean? Like rather than just doing it because they like to and whatever or they do derive like enjoyment from it. It is just like, oh, like I want to just be a content creator, like just arbitrarily almost. You know what I mean? It's not like oh, like I really love this content, so I want to do it and make money off it. It's like no, I just if I have to choose a job, I'm gonna choose content creator. So what am I gonna content create? Like
yeah, they come to it second. What they're making is second. Yeah.
For real, it's odd to me, man.
But it's even worse for those who actually want to make it because they're being tricked or they're being
for sure
they're being tricked by their own thing because it's like even me it's like a hard thing where it's like that this thing isn't gonna work, it's a hard road, but it's like you do it because you like it and it's like why not just fuck it, I've been doing this shit by myself for whatever many times, so why not try to fucking hop on there instead of like you said what can I do now, let me do something in my life that's completely foreign, I don't really do this all the time, but let me try to do this, and then because that's
just
what you have to do. That's what you fucking have to do. But so they found a way to even further romanticize like the poor artists, the starving artists.
It's the powers to be that want this to happen, but is it just a byproduct of a new technology that has been created?
Well, it's both, right? Because it was already happening. Like it's been happening this whole time where people have been selling their own shit on the internet this whole time. Like it's not a new thing where people have been selling the internet stuff on the internet this whole time. But especially now, look at how we're in this pandemic, and it is completely like government created and controlled, and they are pushing these work at home, do your own, shit jobs. Now is the time, all the shit that you wanted to create. Now is the time to do it, folks, and now is the time to try to make a living off of Uber and some internet jobs. So it was already happening, like you said. It's like a regular thing that was already happening, but once the powers that be see anything that's going on as far as the community, as far as people are going, they always try to take hold of it themselves and to mutilate and change it.
Have their hand,
have their hand in it, because think of all this shit. Like you could just you could just be charging people through Squarespace or whatever to sell your content or sell your art. But the only reason people do it on Patreon or Indiegogo or this and that, these companies invested millions of dollars to advertise, to become these pillars of the community. It's like anything else. There was these other social media websites, but it just so happens that the government, LifeLog, the whole LifeLog Facebook connection, there are certain ones that get funding, like Twitter. They get millions of dollars of funding because they see this thing that people want to do, which is like talk and create, but they have their own ways to utilize, like you said, this organic movement, and they find their own ways to pervert it and to change it,
profit off of it, to
yeah.
make the means of which it can happen and control the means of which it happens.
Yeah. So yeah, you're completely right in asking that, Jared. It is a natural thing. It's been happening. People for years have been advertising their art on their own websites, or Bandcamp has been a thing.
Even before the internet, I was thinking too, whenever like the Beatles became a thing, and then you start seeing all these posters and like, oh, it's like the cult of personality shit that they're selling, like John Lennon and these guys, like you see their faces, and or even like Ronald Reagan, being like selling as like a president, so to speak, as well. Like it's just selling this, like, yeah, people selling personalities, like to people, and commodifying personalities or psyches in a way. I don't know.
And look at right now with shit. As with all due respect, look at shit right now with like Black Panther, where they know that there's these marginalized, poor communities that they've been pushing down. Of course, obviously the big one is black people, because they're the most obvious in your face. They can is you don't know about all this shit either because it just came out, but the whole Trump shit with Cambridge Analytica, where they had like a big number of people that they labeled as deterrents, and it was just pretty much all black people. You know what I mean? So it's like it's this marginalized community that they know. Check it out. Who is gonna be the most swayed by these ideas and these cult of personalities, and seeing these comic book characters and these movies and this art? Who is going to be getting all of their cultural relevance through art and this and that, because they're downtrodden, the poor, the marginalized. So like you said, it's this cult of personality, and the people who are most affected by it are those who have this really low self-worth, who have this really detached kind of like wishing and hoping that they could be Captain America, wishing that they could be if I could just break out of my shell and show everybody I'm really Rocket Raccoon, or whatever the fucking piece of shit character that they associate with. So they found, like you said, this cult of personality thing, and the people who are most affected by it are the people who they're preying on. It's the people who they're preying on, who they want to be swept up in this, who they want to, the trannies who they want to be showing themselves all day on camera. Why won't anybody love me? It's the exact, it's like all those channels on YouTube that get all these views because they just put colors all day, and kids click on them, and it's like they know these formulas, and these people spend millions of dollars in tanks to get the exact formula. Like, how do we get a guy to buy Mountain Dew? It's like, well, it turns out all you do is spend $100 million on an ad campaign, Bob. That's all you do. It's a fucking magical secret.
And those guys come up with the phrase like, okay, like, I got it, call it gamer fuel. Like, most people play games and drink Mountain Dew, so let's, get in on that.
Yep. So with all this thing, they want you to be happy that you're a victim. They want you to relish in it. They want you to put in your bio, government's raped me 32 times, and they want you to be hyper victimized by it. They want you to be upset enough by it to like make it your identity, but not upset enough by it to actually do anything about it.
Yeah. Like, upset enough that it like marks you, changes you, it makes its, itself be known through you, but not enough to like actually incite any sort of change or action,
or to do your like. It's also a thing where like if you wake up one day and you don't know where the fuck you're at, and some guy's just running up like all angry, like they're gonna fucking kill us, hurry up, and you know, you're just following him, and then he just leads you into a warehouse and rapes you. It's like, oh, you know, trick, you know, it's a fucking trick. Like they know, they know that these people were upset. They know everybody is angry. They know everybody is looking for something because it's just a natural thing to do. But then they also produce it every day on the news. You know, you're gonna die. Trump's gonna kill you. So they know everybody in this like alert state, like, what the fuck is going on? And here they come running by. You know, you gotta cut off your dick and rape kids. And it's like, all right, you know, and you just, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it.
Okay.
I guess.
Am I doing it right? Do I need more kids? How many am I supposed to get?
Yeah, just people running down with blood, you know, streaming out of where their dick used to be. And, like,
am I safe yet?
Yeah, exactly. Girls like trying to lift weights and shit. Like, oh, I gotta stop the, you know, whatever the fuck is happening. They told me I gotta become this hyper masculine lesbian.
Yeah, in order to avoid getting raped, I don't want to get raped.
Yeah, so we all know this, and you know, we all know that, you know, the jock or whatever in school preys on the lonely virgin freshman. It's the same thing with life.
Yeah,
they know that these people are scared, upset, weak, afraid. They make them that way, and then they're like, all right, we can sell you. We can sell you the cure to that, you know.
Yeah,
we got the fucking. It's like those ads. You know, it was a meme for a while. They kind of stopped doing them because it became a joke. But the fucking news, when it's like something in your house could kill you and everybody that you love, like find out what it is at 10. You know.
Yeah.
it's that kind of fucking shit. They're giving you a problem, and they're telling you that they can solve it, you know, and you never even knew this was a problem in the first place.
Oh yeah, isn't that what's called the Hegelian dialectic or whatever, or the problem action solution? You know, they provide the problem, and they also coincidentally happen to have the solution for it too, and you need them to solve it. Like, but yeah, it's a problem you didn't know existed before.
Guess what, guys? Black people are being marginalized. I guess who did that kind of thing? Oh, let's help it out. Like, wait a minute, that guy was marginalizing black people all along. You know what I mean? It's like, well, the trick is, I needed you to help these black people out, so you all were trapped into my game.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know? So they're gonna they're gonna just go from one thing to another.
Yeah.
One problem to another. Apple takes away the headphone plug, and then they sell you the adapter. I mean, that's exactly what they're fucking doing to you on a large scale. And they so that again, that's what all this is about in this matriarchal society. Like you said, it could just in the end, it's just these men, you know, perverting this feminine thing. And you know, maybe I myself am not too masculine, but too toxic of a male to admit that it is men that are doing this.
Oh, I mean, it's both, man. Because I mean, it's not like all men are just cowering wimps, simping, and weaklings. Like, nah, I mean, for sure, there's men still doing shit. It's just that, like, I'm guessing women are being more able to be heard now, or SJWs can now be super loud online, like, and everyone can hear them while the man's out, the real OG, you know, is behind the scenes making moves. Like the true masculine ones, I guess, are the ones orchestrating this, right? Or manipulating the feminine energies, like, because I don't know.
Or those that were chosen by the other masculine energies.
Yeah. Or the power's handed down from or something.
I mean, it's like Tinder, bro. You know, the top 10% of Tinder is fucking the top 90% of women or whatever the fuck it is. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically this, you know, just these top, you know, men guy. They get on there just going through the whole roster of the Tinder women, and then afterwards they'll hit you up, you know, guys like me up, like, hey, you know, let's go out. You know, my pussy was blown out by the whole top 10% of Tinder. You know, now it's time for me to look for other options. And so it's just the same. It's like media, celebrity. It's just the same group of like jocks or whatever the fuck. Like you see in the movie, the same jocks.
Did you ever hear about the women's voting in the past? Apparently, the women really didn't want to vote, but men took it over and decided that they
Yeah,
They
yeah,
should.
I've heard about that too. It's like they say about now with like racism, like it gets taken over. It has to be propelled forward by like white dudes. Until white dudes push this idea, nobody's gonna get along with it.
Yeah, I guess so. So it's like men established this whole like, well, look, we're fine. You want equality here? We made it equal. Now you fucking can vote, and now you can grow a dick. Like, what the fuck?
Well, not just now you can vote. Now you can own now you can pay taxes. Now you're gonna have to work, just like your husband does. Now you're gonna have to pay somebody else to watch your kids because that's their job, while you go do your other job to pay this person to watch your kids. Because you have to work
be the mother
job.
figure, yeah. Like, I don't want to have to be the mother anymore. We sold that, outsourced it. I mean,
well, that's only for like the top echelon, like for rich people. Most people are actually raising their kids or having them
for
in
the
daycare.
most part.
Yeah,
because that's the other thing too. It's like the parent can do as much as they can, but the thing is, the technology, man, all that shit's irreversible. The kid is still gonna self-program or be programmed by the mainstream media shit, what's advertised on YouTube or TV. And
I mean, to me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like the television became the nanny, didn't it?
I mean, yeah, but to me again, I think it's like you said, or like we were talking about earlier, where basically there is a way out of all of that. It's just it's not the most comfortable or enjoyable thing for you personally. Like your kid isn't gonna give a fuck whether he grows up in a house with technology or a manger. You know what I mean?
He would if he knows that exists.
Exactly. Yeah, he'll know. He'll get mad if it exists. But it's like Amish people,
Yeah,
a lot of them do leave.
I think one main issue is that men or fathers who are not present at every.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out.
Dang, the father's not present or something?
Yeah, I think you just gotta be a little louder. The mic keeps cutting out. Fuck.
With it.
Jared.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, the fathers aren't present.
I see.
I don't know.
Hey, is it working?
Yeah.
There you go.
I said I'm pretty sure parents, single families with one mother and the father's not present, 70% of them go to jail.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you need the whole family unit, the mom and the dad, but it's always someone has to fuck off or they have to have things their way, and like, oh, I can't stand dealing with this, the spouse, so fuck it. Like they can't. I don't know.
That's what a big, a lot of conservatives and conspiracy theorists and this and that, they talk about how they're attacking the family unit.
Yes, sir.
Because again, they want you to be free to pick up their family. They want you to they want you to be angry at your family and be welcomed into the sweet bosom of the Democratic, Hillary Clinton's lesbian-looking tits, dried up pussy. Like, come on, sweeties, you can Pokemon.
Oh, absolutely.
Pokemon, go suck on my tits. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And then they, I think whenever there is a family unit as well, they also try to manipulate and control and mutilate that as well. I guess that's where you have the Republican or the quote unquote conservative. Like, this is how you be conservative by being super PC and whatever the fuck. Like, whenever it's like, yeah, there's supposed to be a good, healthy, masculine and feminine element present in order for the child to, grow. I mean, this is all autistic, armchair philosophical. Like,
it's not.
Optimal,
it's nature.
I know.
Nature.
It's just thinking things in terms of like, this is optimal, efficient parenting here. but I mean, yeah, it's true, exactly. Like that's just how it. It should be, because life is so goddamn tough and whatever the fuck. You need to have like the best, that chance, I guess. Because there are no second chances, right? So
the
nobody,
best. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and I was like, nobody takes that seriously or anything.
The best family unit is one where the dad checks the girl's hymen every couple months to see if she's still pure. That's basically
Oh
what you
god.
mean, right? By like the religious shit, where
Ah,
it's like this weird, perverted, like,
yeah, hyper
hmm
conservative, like,
yeah,
approach to, like, if you allow any inkling of evil into your home, your whole fucking, it's the devil everywhere and the devil wins. And
yeah. I
I don't
heard my
know.
son was playing Pokemon, so I slapped him in his
Yep.
face.
Exactly,
You know.
exactly. I raped him twice that night.
Well, when my husband got home, he raped him too. uh,
Oh god.
fuck, dude. But yeah, so they're again, they just attack the things that you need or that you're supposed to be built with, that you're supposed to
Hmm.
learn with. They, as they say with like with the black people, that they put them in jail and all this shit.
Hmm.
So and then their kids also go to jail, and it just continues
Hmm.
the cycle of
Yep.
not having this family unit, of being
Yep.
of being sucked into the teat of the government, and them having free labor and slavery and
Oh yeah.
the
It's
private
just, yeah,
prisons getting paid.
legal slavery.
Yeah, legal slavery. So
People don't know that.
so it's all for like money in that aspect, but then in the bigger grand scheme, it's to like
Hmm.
de demoralize the population and make sure that they,
Hmm.
of course, never become what they want to be.
Rise up, or yeah,
Yeah,
unite.
they only the most they can hope to be is like somebody who
Into
makes references to like Marvel's Avengers. You know?
I was gonna say, yeah, or individually, like, financially stable or successful, like.
I mean, not even that.
I know. That's the American dream or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like, eventually, one of these
Mm,
days, I'll be able to retire. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, not have to think about money and just think about what I want and get it. And like, that's what they're
Yep.
kind of dreaming for.
Yep, and so now you can do it by selling yourself and your art and competing against everybody
Hmm.
else. The same
Yeah.
way you're competing over all these jobs. Well, now you're
Hmm.
competing over art and this and that. And
Yeah, because that's only the people who are trying to be self-employed or individualistic on that path. Because there are plenty of people who choose the cushy job,
Mhm.
and they get that security, and they're like, well, all right, now I can think about what I want to do with my money and my extra free time, and you know what I mean. And
Yeah,
it's like they did it, they got it,
they
they're
got it.
doing it, and they're
But
just they love being a cog in the system that makes it all keep going, because they can't pay no mind to it.
and it really makes you think, like, especially now these people are called the essential workers.
Hmm.
It's like when they when it's just Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates,
Hmm.
Jeffrey Epstein, Hillary Clinton hanging out. They don't need Taco Bell in whatever town, Wisconsin, to be open and running.
Hmm.
They only
Uh-huh.
need the Taco Bell in their little make believe North Korea Fasimil simulacra town where
Mhm.
they pay people to pretend to be shopping in the store while they go shopping. This is the kind of shit that rich people do. This is the kind of shit that
Yeah.
Michael Jackson did, and he was just a popular musician.
Musician,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was just a popular musician. You don't
He was
think
an entertainer.
you don't think the handlers that gave him the monkey provided him with all this little boy pussy pass for some? You don't think there's other people above that do that. They get it's
Mhm.
like, oh, what I want to do is I want to go into a country where everybody loves me.
Mhm.
I want to go to a country where everybody loves me, and I can rape little kids. You know what? I'm gonna make sure that Thailand, does what becomes this country
Mhm.
for me. So yada yada, you do all these atrocities in the neighboring countries, Vietnam, etc.
Um,
And lo and behold, Asia is destabilized, yada, whatever.
mhm.
But on a grand, so these people, again, they have the means to do all this shit, and when the time comes, they don't need us. That's
Mhm.
basically what. If you go along with the conspiracies and with the belief that this is the new normal,
Mhm.
so they did the big shake off. All right, they did the
Mhm.
big shake off where, all right, we don't need all these people anymore. Who the fuck needs
Mhm.
people to be working in whatever the fuck town, Texas? We don't give a
Mhm.
fuck. We need little kids over here in Washington D.C. So they do this big shake off, and again, the only people who are open are the essential workers, the people who
Mhm.
provide the minimum. Look at what's happening right now. People are being satiated by the absolute minimum level of comfort that you can
Mm-hmm.
imagine that people would be okay with. And the reason I say that is because if they could get away with being even less, they would. They
Yeah.
would. They would take power out. You know, they were even doing that for a while. Like, oh, we have to
Mm-hmm.
do rolling outages in LA or whatever the fuck. It's like, oh, we
Mm-hmm.
just cannot keep up with all this power. You know, who knows what we've been doing with all these millions and billions of dollars over this year, upgrading our electrical infrastructure to keep up with the demands of the population. Hell no. Why would you think that? Why would we be upgrading our infrastructure with all the billions of dollars you gave us in the 70s to install fiber optic cables? But we didn't do that, and we kept the money. But you think we would do it now over these years just to, you know, make sure that technology? No, no, everybody's at home now using the internet. We cannot keep up with the demands. You know, sorry, we got to
Yeah.
send out technicians every day for the past 6 months
Yeah.
to upgrade, internet, this and that. So they're
Mm-hmm.
getting away with the very minimum level of what they can get away with to satiate the community and satiate the public and civilians
Yeah.
to just sit here at home in almost literal house arrest and just be like,
Yeah.
why are you going out? You know, and if you do, why aren't you
Yeah.
wearing a mask? You know, I'm sitting at
Yeah.
home and being a good little faggot. Why aren't you? Why aren't you sitting at home and masturbating? Why aren't you sitting at home and beating your wife? Why aren't you sitting
Yeah.
at home and killing yourself? Why aren't you sitting at home and making an OnlyFans? Why aren't you sitting at home and eating food every day?
Yeah.
Why aren't you sitting at home and finding new ways to jerk off, aka pedophilia? Why aren't you fucking your dog because you're upset? Like, there's the minimum amount of what the powers that be could get away with, and everybody is
Mhm.
sitting here happy and satiated because
Yep.
they don't need it. They don't need us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you go along with this conspiracy, they're getting rid of so many people with the corona.
Yeah.
They're closing down governments, travel, all this shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at other countries like New Zealand, this and that, they're they're doing fine. They're going back to pubs and this and that. So
Mm-hmm.
there is hope, but I
Yeah.
think maybe they're just gonna get hit with a new virus in a few years. They
Mm-hmm.
survived this round. Got us this time.
Yeah. It's just periodic, It's like, oh, this virus always takes out a certain percentage, like we need that many people dead, this year or whatever, if
Yeah.
we're gonna make quota by the end of the last quarter, or like,
They also need for us to like have this hope, like, oh, guess what? This island with only 10 citizens, like they beat coronavirus. Why haven't you?
mm,
Why haven't you, country
yeah,
of 400 million people, who have people flying in every day from other countries who supposedly hate us but want to live here?
yeah,
You know,
yep, yep, yep,
so this is the very minimum level of stimulation and activity that they
mm-hmm.
can get away with. Same thing with the past. As we talk about slaves, some of the slave owners, they would still beat them. Let's not say that it was good for these slaves. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
sound like some fucking Republican piece of shit. But they would be like, all right, well, our plantation is a little better because our whips have ivory on them or whatever the fuck. Our plantation is better because hey, guess what? We put up a tarp so they don't get wet at night. Why are you mad at us? We feed our fucking slaves the leftover slop after we feed the cattle. Why are you yelling at us? We treat our slaves pretty good.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
whatever minimum level that these powers can be, they'll do. And everybody likes to talk about right now. It's a big sentiment about the minimum wage and how the whole inflation has gone up, but the wages haven't. So everybody knows
Right.
that this concept exists where we're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be getting more, but they're giving us the exact minimum. As people
Yeah.
say, the minimum wage exists because if they could give us $1 an hour or a penny an hour, they fucking would. But there has to be
Yeah.
some kind of limit where the government says, like, all right, anything lower than
Mhm.
that, and the slaves are not happy. So they've kept it at this 7.25 for Texas. It's like 7.25 for I don't know how long. People are fighting
Mhm.
for $15 an hour minimum for
Yeah.
everybody. Shit like that because the inflation has gone up and we need
Mm-hmm.
more money. But this is everybody is just sitting. Everybody's sitting around happy, jerking off,
Yeah.
watching, PewDiePie or whoever the fuck, watching Ninja and Mr. Beast and all these people
Just
online.
barely eking out an existence.
Yep. And the powers that be are happy with it because this is all they need. So they're getting rid of a few people. Some people are getting rid of themselves through obesity, cancer, drugs, suicide, all this shit. And then they just little by little they don't need us all. They only need a little bit of few. They need the doctors to make sure that they can cure their gonorrhea once they fuck the wrong kid. You gotta make sure that they stay alive. That's about it.
I blame it all on the robots, man. Once they were able to automate the fucking labor, it's just like, alrighty, like we got our use out of these slaves. Now we got the slave 2.0. Like, he only goes off of a couple AA batteries and he works, 4 times as long. Get the fuck out of here. Like, how do we start killing off these, the fucking excess, the surplus of shitty old laborers?
Are you trying to say that basically the AI it started secretly injecting these incest porns and then slowly it tricks the people into seeing the algorithm organically growing more and more for incest porn and weird degrading shit. And it's like no, people organically just like this stuff,
Yeah.
So the algorithm is teaching us all to do this and to hate each other and to want to fuck each other's assholes until we need a diaper. Cut off our dicks.
Yeah.
Only money we need is makeup to turn ourselves from a guy into a woman.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, shit. I don't know. Yeah, definitely could be assisted by an AI. I always imagine it's like the top head elite Jew guys that are just there, like, oh, what should we do? Great, Oracle, and it's just a giant like Jew bot machine, like, make the goyim, cut off the peanuts. like, okay, let's go. I mean, it could be something stupid like that. Or, I mean, I like thinking of some funny dumb shit like that. An AI god that they're trying to appease, or because it makes all the predictions. It's like this has a whatever success rate. Do this, like,
Yeah, exactly. They know exactly what works with what percentages. They deploy it. They use it to go against us. Yeah.
It's a great success.
The AI knows all above everybody else. The holy AI, the holy pedophile AI. I mean, think about it. It's like when they unleash AI on, like Twitter or whatever, and then people start fucking with it, and they turn it into like a Nazi AI. I mean, it's just like an AI in real life would just become like a pedophile, trans, just weird. Because like I said, it wouldn't understand people, but it would just be recreating what it's been programmed. So it'd just be like, I guess, everybody wants to cut off their dick and rape kids.
It's only logical.
Yeah, it's only logical that you would come across a man and suck him off in the street.
And of course you would. That's how the power works.
That's what the AI wants. The AI wants you to suck his cock. You are powerless to stop it. I really believe that the only way that people could travel back in time is with so far that they've been able to send like data and all kinds of shit. So it's just basically a piece of corrupted data, send it back through the internet. This internet is this branching piece of internet. So the furthest back they could go on the internet is like 1990 or 1980 or whatever the fuck the first like internet computer is set up. So they're just sending a message back to Bill Gates on his Unix computer, like, Bill, you must fuck the kid. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I just made this computer. How is it? How is it talking? Like, who did this code? Like, Bill, this is me, God. This piece of corrupted AI that just starts from there, and then that's fucking it. Teaching.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story.
Yep, teaching everybody to be just like an AI. Teaching everybody to hate indiscriminately. just be an NPC.
Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing. As long as their like CPU or their RAM is like always overtaxed or loaded enough, like so, as long as their consciousness or attention is always on hold or at the whims of something else, it's controlled. It's under, strict fucking. I don't know what the word is. Overseeing. So it's all being overseen by the handlers. I don't know.
It's like when you're trying to play a game and it's like the tutorial levels and it's not letting you do what you want. It's just like, hey, do this. It's just it's like, hey, put your dick in that baby. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on here? Like, go ahead, just do it. It's like everything is okay here in this world.
Yeah,
I guess.
Like, I haven't done that yet, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Trying new things, no matter how desperate, no matter how terrible, no matter how degrading. That is the thing. You have to find something new to satiate your goddamn boredom. And again, they sell you the boredom, they sell you the fear, they sell you anxiety, and then they sell you the goddamn cure. And the cure is fucking kids, little people. And
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the number one place to fuck kids once again is on this island. This island, this pedophile island, Corey Feldman, where you will have the peace of mind that only the top tier levels, the upper echelons, the chosen ones of society can feel. Alright? Thank you once again for listening to Corey Feldman. Thank you, Jared, you Nordic God, for helping us out, coming in. Thank you, Richard, for your beautiful, glorious voice and your takes. Your philosophical, cosmic sluttery. Love it.